Hello, and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator. Now, a summer sale has just started on Steam, so what I did, a lot of the DLCs I wanted for this game were like 50% off. So I just went and bought a whole bunch of DLCs, and it means, first of all, it means I spent all the money that's in my Lego account, so I won't be buying any Lego for a few weeks, but that's okay. With so many open homes and things on at the moment, I haven't got time to be pulling out Lego and building at the moment anyway. It means when you go into the world map here, I now own every DLC pack that's available. So I own all of this up here. I own all of this out here. As you can see, I haven't explored any of it yet, so I only just bought it, but I own all those countries over there. I own all down here, which I haven't explored, and I own all up here. Now, when I was talking to Driver, and I was just thinking about buying one pack because it's all I could really afford before they all went on special and things. He suggested I bought this pack if I was only going to buy one. Said this area here is really, really beautiful to drive through. So what I did is, of course, when I bought all these packs, the game picked up that I had different stuff available now than what I had. So what it did is it stopped my mission that I was on and it told me to choose somewhere to park, and it would only let me choose somewhere I'd already explored. So I chose up here somewhere, I think it was, and then I did a sneaky little trick, because remember I've got loads and loads of money in this game. I think that's my bank balance there. So I bought a garage here, then said yes I want to fast move to my garage, then drove out of the garage and sold it again. So I no longer own a garage here, I just wanted to chance to explore around this area. So what we're now going to do is we've got the truck here, so let's go and grab a job and start exploring the area. So as Driver pointed out in one of his videos, if you click on the area of the map where you are, it now shows just things that are, oh, that one would take me right down into Spain. I've never been to Spain. That would be a very long drive, although I'd miss a lot of Finland. I don't know, I might want to see Finland. Let's go and see what else we've got here. That takes me down to Switzerland, been there. Oh, this would take me down through Finland and right down to, what on earth is that? Oh, that's into a new area that I haven't been to as well. Bosnia. Okay, shall we drive and let's try that, shall we? From right up there, we'll go down through Finland, Estonia, and all of those, down into Bosnia. That looks like the job for us. I'll just check there's not something that looks even better than that. Yacht, I always like going boats. Oh, that one's not. That's just going down Sweden. Why would Sweden want a boat? I do find it quite funny that sometimes they do have what seems like really, really odd things like that, like, you know, taking a boat to Sweden. I suppose it could be going there for repairs, but it doesn't seem to match up, this game, the load with where you're actually going, because it will often give you boats that are going to destinations that aren't anywhere near the water, the coast. Now, that's the shed there that I bought in order to be able to move fast there and then sold again. Eventually, if I keep on doing that all the time, sooner or later I'm going to run out of money, but I just wanted to get into some of this new map area that I haven't already explored and give it a go. So that's no roundabout there. We'll just go back into the in-cab view again now. Oops. So yeah, right at this moment I only own one small garage, and I've already got two drivers. So of course the small garage only holds 3 trucks, and so I've got three vehicles. So I've got 2 trucks and a Porsche car, of course, that you've seen. I am going to start buying small garages now so that I can get some more trucks, because to get those map packs, it was actually cheaper. There were some multi-pack things available where you bought the multi-pack and you got a couple of maps and you got some paint jobs and you got some other stuff as well. So although what I really wanted was the maps, it was the cheapest way to get it. So I did that, and it means I've got a whole lot of new paint jobs I've never ever seen before and things. So we'll buy some new trucks soon so that we can try out some new paint jobs. I'm not sure that I'll like any of them, because I know that at one stage I looked at all the paint job packs, so I bought the ones that I thought had really, really fun paint jobs on them. But we'll have a look anyway, especially if they're only for hired drivers. It's not so important that they're good looking paint jobs, so we'll give that a go. So I should have been using my indicators there. Apologies. But yeah, I'm definitely quite excited to try out all these new areas I've never ever seen, and I am very excited to have new maps, because a couple of things with Euro Truck Simulator, and I'm sure it's exactly the same with American. In fact, I know for certain it's exactly the same with American Truck Simulator, because I've got that game as well. Although I definitely do not have all the packs for that. And to be perfectly honest, I think the only way I'd ever play that one again is if, say, for example, Driver wanted to do a multiplayer thing where he and I were on there at the same time. I'd probably do it. Otherwise, I'd probably never load up American Truck Simulator again. I prefer the Euro Truck Simulator. It feels more like home to me. That's the kind of trucks I see on the roads and things like that. But the thing with both Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator is, if you bought all the DLC packs ever available and you didn't wait for specials or anything, it's going to cost you a fortune, an absolute fortune. I think the only game that would cost you more is Train Simulator. If you tried to buy all of the DLC packs for Train Simulator, you'd be spending thousands of dollars. Thousands. I've never kept a track of how much I've actually spent on DLCs. I know I spent about $75 today, so realistically, and as I said, all that money came out of my Lego account, but realistically, I've probably spent a few $100s on DLC packs for this game still, and it's not a big complaint, because I mean, a lot of games, like take Farming Simulator for example, which is my favourite game, and if I could only play one game for the rest of my life, I would choose Farming Simulator 22, but as long as I'm allowed to play other games as well, I will. But with Farming Simulator, they bring out a new game every couple of years, so you end up spending money by buying the latest versions of the game and things. With the Truck Simulator games, they don't bring out the new games every year. In fact, these games have been out for many, many years, and I see that if you didn't already own Euro Truck Simulator, you could buy it for, I think it's $7 for the basic game now. It's definitely a single-digit figure, and so it's so cheap it's just not funny. But what they do is they bring out all these DLC packs, and I suppose buying all the DLC packs, it probably works out financially the equivalent to buying a newer version of the same game every couple of years, sort of thing. So it's probably about the same price. I don't know exactly. I'm not sure exactly. Was it engine off? Sometimes I get that when I'm not towing a trailer, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, occasionally if I slow down quickly when I've got no trailer on, it seems to kill my engine. I don't know whether that's something to do with the game or something to do with my settings. I have no idea, but since it only ever happens when I'm not towing a trailer, which isn't very often, I've never worried about it. Have I tuned it the right place? No, it might be that place there. So, that place there that I'm after, I think. Yes, it is. Look at that. So, let's back up here while we're on the outside view. Oh, botherations. Okay, we're not going to back up there. We'll turn around here instead. Oh, actually, maybe it's here that I wanted. I don't know. Oh, there you go. Look, we're at the right place now. Okay, so let's just go into Freight Market, and we wanted that one. So take the job. Done. Let's see where, and there's our trailer right in front of us there. Okay, let's go. So yeah, it probably does work out about the same, but if you buy either Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator and you don't buy map packs, I mean, you've still got a full game, I suppose, but because the roads you've got are limited, you end up driving the same roads over and over and over and over again, and visiting the same cities over and over and over again. So you end up buying a map pack. Then you do those roads over and over. Then you buy another map pack and so on. So, I mean, it is quite clever the way they do it, but and it is fair, as I said. It's probably costs you about the same amount of money as if you were buying a new version of the game every couple of years, like a new version of Farming Simulator or something like that. So, yeah, I'm definitely not complaining, but you do end up wanting to buy map packs, especially since every map pack, I think, has at least one or two either countries you want to be able to go to, or cities you want to be able to visit, or something that visually is just really, really appealing and you love to drive there. So for example, what I did is I actually made 2 purchases to get all the packs I've got today, because I made one that got me basically everything. I ended up owning every map pack that was already available except for Iberia. And I thought, well, so I went to have a look at the Iberia one, and I thought, well, actually there's a few things on in Iberia that I want too. So I went back and bought that. But I remember there was one I had on there just because it had Bulgaria there, and I've got a very, very good friend of mine. Oh, I hit something then. It wasn't so good. Whose father was born in Bulgaria, so I wanted to buy the Bulgaria pack. And actually, I've got a bit of a funny story about this this friend whose father was born in Bulgaria that I'll tell you. So what happened is his parents met during World War II. So his father was fighting in World War II, and his mother was a nurse. And he got in. So his father got injured in World War II, and ended up falling in love with the nurse that was nursing him back to health, and they ended up getting married and moving out to New Zealand after World War II. Now, his accent was, even though he spoke English, his accent was so thick and things that it was very, very hard to understand him. So basically, I'd say that I couldn't really understand my friend's father when he spoke to me. If I went around to his place and his father spoke to me, I really, really struggled to understand what he was saying. And my friend actually said, look, quite often I struggle to understand what my own dad's saying too, just because of the extremely thick accent, sort of thing. But anyway, so this is the next one I want to left at. So anyway, when my friend got older, he wanted to go over to Bulgaria just to. Oh, I thought that's where I was meant to turn, but up onto there. Okay. There you go. So all of this is new to me, so excuse me for making mistakes. I mean, that's the way of my life in Euro Truck Simulator anyway. I don't play enough that. You will notice I have, thank you very much, Driver. He told me what things to play around with for my steering. So I might play around with it a wee bit more yet, so I don't think it's quite perfect yet, but certainly nowhere near as twitchy as it was. So I've got the steering now to a point where I've got to move the steering wheel a lot more before it turns the track, so it's not really, really twitchy. So that's really good. Anyway, so my friend decided he wanted to go over to Bulgaria just to meet, well, partly to see the country that his father was born and raised in, and partly to meet some family that, you know, from his father's side of the family. So he went over there. He was telling me, and I mean, over here in New Zealand, he was a civil servant, so he wasn't rich or anything. You know, he'd probably be considered, I don't know, middle income in New Zealand. Certainly would not be considered rich by any stretch of the imagination, a long, long way off being rich. But neither was he on the bones of his bum either. You know? But when he went over to Bulgaria, and he was single, and he said that he had women basically throwing themselves at him, you know, really, really gorgeous young women throwing themselves at him because having him fall in love with them, want to marry them and take them back to New Zealand with them was basically the only way they were ever going to be able to get out of the country. And they wanted to, so it's not so much that they were throwing themselves at him because they liked him, but they liked the idea of getting out of Bulgaria and going and starting a new life in a country where perhaps they would have a better quality of life. Now that's not knocking Bulgaria in any way whatsoever. There's no way I would. I've never even been there or anything, but oops, so too busy talking and not watching where I'm going. But so anyway, that's why I really wanted my own Bulgaria map. It's not a map on its own, it's part of another sort of bigger set. I wanted to own Bulgaria because one of my friends, his father came from Bulgaria. And I do now own Bulgaria, so we will go and visit there at some point, but not this trip. And we're getting close to it with where this trip ends up, so we might be able to get a load to Bulgaria in the next load. But I'll tell you right now, we're not going to get anywhere close to finishing this load on this video, because I don't want this video to go on for more than about half an hour at the most, and it's a very, very long trip I've got. The way I've got my settings on this game, I don't even remember where you go to change these settings, so I'd struggle to change them if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Anyway, the way I've got my settings on this game is it always shows me longer trips first, so I've told it I favour longer trips. So that'll be interesting. Oh, there's also now different trailers available since I just bought all these packs, because as I said, most of the packs I got them in a bundle. I bought 2 different bundle deals because it was the cheaper way for me to get the maps I wanted, and some of the bundle deals, as well as including paint jobs, they include different loads. So like one of the DLC packs for this game is for carting farm equipment around. Now, I hadn't bothered buying that DLC pack, but it was part of the bundle deal, so I got it anyway. So we should see a fair few different loads to be able to transport nowadays as well. Like we might get some farm equipment and things like that. The 2 kind of load packs I had always bought was I think there's one called Heavy Cargo, it's carrying things like trains and the like. Oh, I need to turn my lights on. Okay, there you go, we've got lights on now, I believe. Yep, we've got lights on now. I just got a headlight offence, not having my lights on, so that was interesting. So I've always had the heavy loads pack, where it's really heavy loads like trains and the like, and I can't remember what the other one's called, but it's basically like a wide loads pack, where you're carrying, that's the one where you have convoy cars ahead and behind you, and so they're stopping traffic and the like. You're carrying very, very big heavy loads. I've always had those packs, I bought those 2, but a lot of the other load packs and things I hadn't bought previously. In the same way, like I know in the game you can buy and own trailers now. I haven't experimented with that yet, so I don't own any trailers at the moment, but since I've got some of the paint job, I got a trailer pack as one of them. I might have got more than one trailer pack, I'm not sure. I know it's one trailer pack anyway, so some different trailers I can buy. And since I've got some paint job, either the packs that you can get, I've got the packs which I think are limited to only the trucks that get painted, but also there's some of those other ones you can go into the Steam Workshop and download where you get paint jobs for the trailers too. And I think I mentioned that I haven't actually done it yet, but I'm going to download the Coca-Cola Christmas paint jobs. I'm also going to download the Lightning McQueen Mac paint jobs, since I want to have more drivers working for me shortly, which means buying more companies first, but that's fine. And I'll probably sort of start, because at the moment the only location I own is London. So that's where my home base is at the moment, is London. But I'm going to start, I'll probably start putting, I want to put one up Scotland way, because I like Scotland, it's quite nice to drive up there. And I'll probably start buying some more capitals, so we might have a headquarters in Berlin and one in Paris and things like that as well, I think. That's what I'm leaning towards at the moment. So yes, we'll get some more paint jobs, we'll get some more trucks, we'll get some more drivers, and that way, because my money is slowly going down, and what's causing my money to slowly go down is partly it's the fact that we crash a lot and we have to pay for repairs all the time, but it's also because, do I not want to be so much in there, okay? it's also because when I want to visit a place, I'll buy a location there just so I can then move fast to that area, and then as soon as I'll sell it again. But if I've got more drivers working for me, my money situation will start building up a lot again. Because at the moment, as I said, I've got 2 drivers. I've actually only got 1 other truck, so only one of those drivers is doing any work at the moment, because the other one, I've put them in that pink Porsche that we had on one of my previous videos, and because that pink Porsche can't do any delivery missions, that driver's basically just sitting on their butt doing nothing. So I had to do it that way because I only had 3 garage slots, because I've only got the 1 garage at the moment. But once I get some more garages, I'll get some more trucks, and that way the pink Porsche can just sit there doing nothing, just waiting for me to want to drive it again at some point. I don't want to sell it, because I'm sure I will want to drive it at some point in the future, but I'll make sure that all the drivers I have trucks, so that they can all be earning money for me. So I'd like to see that money going up rather than down. As I said, I've never, I didn't start this game at the beginning. I downloaded a version with a lot of things already unlocked, because I didn't want to. See, I love Farming Simulator, and I wanted to do Farming Simulator from the beginning. But this one, I just enjoy driving the trucks. I don't really have a lot of interest in the story mode side of it so much. So being able to download something that gave me lots of money and lots of unlocks right from the word go was the way I preferred to play this. I know Driver doesn't do it that way, and more power to him, but he loves the truck driving a lot more than I do, sort of thing. I didn't really want to have to work through starting being a hired driver for another thing, and then having to slowly work up to having my own company, and slowly having to work through, buying my own truck and making it better and better. I sort of wanted a lot of that already unlocked. Yeah, I noticed that my thing, it's down saying I've only got 4 hours to go before I have to sleep, and I know that at about 3 hours, I think it is, I start yawning, so I need to start looking somewhere to sleep by the time it reaches 3 hours. So I'm coming up to a bed icon, I might just pause and go and have a look at, see if there's any others that are coming up anytime soon. Just going to have a look now, so I know whether or not I need to sleep at that one, or whether I can carry on to another. So let's go and have a look. World map. So this is how far we've travelled, and this video has already been 22 minutes long. I've only travelled that far, so you can see, if I go down here, how far I've still got to go. You can see why I say I choose long missions there. But now I just need to zoom in so I can see. Oops. Now if you heard that beep on the video, the double beep, the beep that you probably did just hear, that was my daughter texting me, and she's probably saying, "Dad, come and pick me up from the bus stop." So we'll be stopping this video in a moment, because I'll have to hit save and go and turn it off. So there's beds there. I just want to see a bed there. There's quite a few beds, it looks like. There's another one there. So it looks like I don't need to stop to sleep yet. We can carry on. But I will need to. Just let me go and check that text that my daughter's just sent me. One moment. Yeah, she's wanting to be picked up, which is fair enough because the weather's pretty terrible. So what I might just do is stop the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will. I want to do a couple of videos. My wife's working tomorrow, Saturday, doing overtime, so I'm going to make a couple of videos over Saturday. So I'll try and get another trucking one out. I also want to do another train one, and I want to do another 3 Farmateers one. So I'll try and get a few videos out over the next couple of days, but I've got to stop this one now, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Bye.